men. We don't know what we did.
You guys know how I like to say Americans aren't stupid, they're just slow, right? Well, when it comes to urban America, oh man, slower than molasses in a snowstorm. This is coming to us from Blavity News. Michael Brown Jr.'s father, demanding $20 million from BLM Group, says Families Foundation has not received support from movement. Now, if Michael Brown seems familiar, but rather vague in a fog of names from, Breonna Taylor to George Floyd and the like, Mike Brown goes all the way back to, 2015, before, that's about 2015. Yeah, the originator, none greater, Jazzo finished shit. $20 if you know what song that's from. But either ways, yeah, Michael Brown, hands up, don't shoot. That guy, his dad, not the dad, but Michael Brown, who, if memory serves me correctly, actually did steal from that store. His dad is now demanding, and notice it's demanding, not suing, BLM for $20 million. Man, those priorities really change once the check's clear. I can tell you that much. Local activists said they haven't received support from the organization they said has forgotten about the black people it was intended to help. This is written by Demario P. Smith, and no, they never cared about you, Mike Brown Sr. They didn't care about you. They didn't care about your son. They didn't care about like any of it. It was always about the money for them. But molasses on a cold, in the middle of a storm, in the middle of a winter storm, because, cold molasses it's chemistry. Anyways, the father of slain black teenager Michael Brown Jr., an activist from Ferguson, Missouri, are demanding $20 million from Black Lives Matter movement, a now prominent movement they said has forgotten about the freedom fighters, in quotes, freedom fighters, killed and jailed in the pursuit of social justice. Wink. On Tuesday, Tori Russell, the director of the International Black Freedom Alliance, oh my God. All right, sure, whatever, and Michael Brown Sr. released a joint video statement condemning the foundation for not supporting the families it said it intended to help. Thousands of other youth activists in their 20s and 30s have been out in the streets protesting for months and months and years, still forgotten, Russell began. We're asking that Black Lives Matter leadership funds $20 million for Ferguson organizers, organizations, and community foundations to do the work. I mean, what work have... oh wow, guys, as somebody who literally just, in a lot of ways helped contributed to getting cannabis legalized. I mean, seriously, I did it all on a budget. Eat some schmeat. I hard pass on all this nonsense. People really be looking at me weird when because I love out in the world just dealing with folks. You just end up in conversation. And they look at me weird when I'm like, I don't really mess with I don't mess with Black Lives Matter at all. I'm good. And I always tend to just back away from it after that. But the main reason I don't is for the same things that we talked about all summer, right? Like, this is all about money. This is all about using and exploiting history that in international, bruh. I ain't even beat for some international globalist type organization. Oh, man, hard pass on all of the nonsense. But they use the history to fuel this their hysterics that went into Kenosha and all of these other different quote unquote movements that took place over the summer, where complete cities and communities were burnt to the ground. Hard pass. All right, extra hard pass. I don't believe any of them deserve a damn dollar. Today, our co-founder, Ferguson frontline organizer, Vanguard TNT, along with Mike Brown's father, demands $20 million from Black Lives Matter in order to continue the work they and others have been doing since the uprising since 2014, while Obama was in office. Remember that, kids. All of this started under Obama. This was not this. Trump had literally nothing to do with this, but it was a nice way to really just sow the seeds of hatred and anger and frustration that we saw really come to a head over the summer. In the summer of 2014, though, Michael Jordan. Michael Jr. was gunned down by police officer Darren Wilson per CNN. The 18-year-old's death sparked protests nationwide and thrust the city of Ferguson into the epicenter of black social justice. Sure. Although the teen's family has fought tirelessly to get the case reopened, St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell announced last summer that he would not charge Wilson from the death of Michael Jr., as Blavity previously reported, because, unlike Keith Ellison, he probably realized he didn't have a case. In an accompanying press release on Tuesday, Russell alleged that the organization has yet to send any money to help the Brown Family Foundation. Of course not. Why would they? They owe you nothing. You're a pawn. You're a pawn. I'm sorry. Does the pawn get to run up on a queen in the game, in the middle of a chess game, and be like, "Hey, we could use it"? No. That's not how that works. Oh my goodness. The IBFA tweeted this week that Michael Sr. has received only $500 from a Black Lives Matter affiliated group, despite the organization holding annual tributes and celebrations in his son's honor. Yeah, because they owe you nothing. That's why you're not suing them. You're just making demands like a petulant child. You ain't getting nothing in writing. You didn't get anything in writing. Molasses on a cold day, boys. The Ferguson activist allegations come on the heels of the release of the Black Lives Matter Movement Annual Impact Report. CNN reported that the foundation raked in a historic $90 million in donations over the last year. Couch activism, huh? This has been a record-breaking year for fundraising, which has been matched with just as historic an amount in campaign budgets and grant disbursements, the foundation wrote. The foundation has reported strong numbers in terms of distributing resources to local chapters and grassroots endeavors. It revealed that it had given nearly a quarter of its total fundraising efforts to local chapters and organizations across the country, nearly 3 times the industry standard, CNN reported. On Giving Tuesday, the Black Lives Matter movement raised more than $80,000 for 6 local organizations. The Black Empowerment Group also created its sister organization in 2020 called BLM Grassroots to work towards growing local activism and leaders per scene, and just spread that commie Marxism. Despite its efforts, organizers from Ferguson are questioning why they are being left out. Because y'all wasn't part of the whole George Floyd thing. I'm pretty sure George Floyd family, I know they got paid, and I definitely know they got paid by the state, but they probably got their BLM stuff in writing. The activists are demanding that Black Lives Matter fund programs include annual Michael Jr. commemorations, mutual aid, community gardens, fellowships, and stipends for internships. And I can guarantee you that most of that money is going to go to what's our favorite word around here? Overhead. That's right. Remember that one Black Lives Matter lady who got a $100,000 grant and gave herself a $100,000 salary? I'm telling you, when these checks clear, so does the room. I'll put it to you like that. What type of movement are we building when we're saying Black Lives Matter, but the freedom fighters and the families are being left behind? Where's our restitution? Russell said. Oh, shit, man. Yeah, go get a job, my G. Go get a job. Because guess what? Dang, if you ain't get nothing in writing with these folks, and they have no obligation to give you a single solitary cent, why are you even looking for it? Why are you even looking for it? Oh my goodness. This was too good to pass up, boys. This was way too good to pass up. Because what I say, the best thing about life, right? One of the greatest things about life is that if you give anything enough time, if you know something's wrong and give it enough time, slowly and eventually people will come to see the BS for the BS that it is. Boys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from Teespring. Check me out on Patreon as well. Links in the description. Actually, go into that description box and speak. Let me know. What do you guys do? What do you guys think in the comments? This is like, yo, this is the derpiest shit ever. Because who would have who didn't see this coming? Anybody, particularly Mr. Brown? Other than Mike Brown Sr., who didn't get it. Get it in writing, my guy. Get it in writing. But you may disagree. That's what my comment section's for. Until the next one.
This food is destructive.
This food is your culture.
Then the culture is destructive.